Chosen one, have you ever woken up with a strange idea, an unexpected thought, or a sudden inspiration that felt bigger than your usual dreams? You didn't just dream it. God might be speaking to you through those random moments. It's easy to dismiss these ideas as just your mind running wild, or your subconscious mind trying to make sense of the chaos. But what if I told you that those seemingly random thoughts are far more significant than you realize? What if they are divine nudges, whispers from God calling you to step into something greater? The truth is, those ideas are often the key to your next breakthrough. When you wake up in the morning, you're in a unique place. Your body is rested, your mind is still, and there's an openness to clarity that doesn't exist when you're caught up in the busyness of the day. It's in those early moments, when the world around you is still quiet, that God can speak to you most clearly. The noise of the world hasn't yet filled the air, and your heart is more receptive to His voice. Maybe that's why it's so easy to brush aside those ideas that come to you first thing in the morning. You think, "Oh, that was just a fleeting thought," or "I'm probably just overthinking." But I want you to consider this. Could it be that God is trying to speak to you in that moment of stillness? Could it be that these random thoughts are a part of His divine plan for your life? The stillness of the morning is sacred. It's a time when the noise of the day hasn't yet clouded your mind, when you're open to hearing God's voice without distraction. We often look for signs or answers in big, dramatic moments. We expect our breakthrough to come with thunder and fire. But sometimes, God speaks through the softest whispers, the quietest moments. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." There is power in stillness. It's in the quiet moments when we can hear God's voice more clearly, when we're most attuned to His guidance. And sometimes, those whispers come in the form of random ideas that pop into our minds in the early hours of the day. Think about it. How many times have you woken up with an idea that seemed to come from nowhere, only to realize later that it was exactly what you needed to hear? It could be an idea for a project, a thought about a relationship, or a sudden revelation about your life's purpose. It doesn't seem significant at first, but in hindsight, you realize that it was a divine spark, a gift from God, guiding you towards something greater. God speaks to us in the stillness of the morning, when our hearts are open and our minds are clear. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." That verse is a reminder that God's plans for your life are intentional. He has designed every part of your journey, and He will guide you through it. So, when you wake up with a random idea, it might not be random at all. It could be a piece of God's plan for you, a small whisper of direction that you're being invited to follow. You may not have all the answers yet, and that's okay. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. The key is to trust that God is leading you, even when the path ahead isn't fully clear. When you wake up with a new idea or inspiration, don't dismiss it just because it seems random or out of place. Instead, take a moment to reflect. Is there something in your heart that resonates with this idea? Does it feel like it aligns with your deeper purpose or calling? It might not make sense in the moment, but as you lean into it, you may begin to see how it fits into the larger picture of your life. It's important to recognize that these ideas are not just figments of your imagination or passing whims. They are invitations from God. God doesn't always speak in loud, dramatic ways. Sometimes He speaks in the quiet of your heart, through subtle nudges and ideas that seem out of the blue. But these moments are not coincidences. They are divine opportunities to step into your purpose. Your role is to be aware, to listen, and to take action when God calls you. So, chosen one, I want to encourage you to embrace those random thoughts, those unexpected ideas that come to you in the stillness of the morning. Instead of dismissing them as coincidence or your imagination running wild, recognize them as God's whispers. You might not have all the answers, but trust that these thoughts are part of His divine plan for you. He is speaking to you, guiding you, and preparing you for something greater. Will you listen? Will you take the next step and act on what He's revealing to you? God is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? The morning thoughts you wake up with are not random. They are divine inspiration, a call to step into your purpose. Trust in God's guidance. Embrace the ideas He's giving you, and watch as they lead you to new opportunities and breakthroughs. The road ahead may not always be clear, but as you trust Him, He will make your paths straight. Chosen one, have you ever noticed that the ideas you wake up with seem to perfectly align with something you've been seeking or wondering about? It's almost as if those thoughts have been placed in your mind for a reason, and when they come, they make so much sense, even though they seem random at first. These thoughts aren't just idle distractions or daydreams. They are divine inspirations, perfectly timed to meet you at a moment when you need them most. God doesn't just speak to us in big, dramatic ways. Often, His voice comes through in the quiet moments, in the stillness of our minds when we least expect it.
Have you ever experienced the feeling that a seemingly random idea perfectly answers a question you've had for a while? It's as though the pieces of your life are starting to come together, and you suddenly realize that the things you've been searching for are right in front of you. That's God, aligning the dots of your life in a way that only He can. You might not have expected this, but that's how God works. When you're seeking clarity, when you're unsure of your next step or where you're going, sometimes God gives you these divine ideas, simple yet profound, to guide you forward. The mind's awakening is a process of coming to realize that God has already placed within you the answers to your prayers. Your subconscious is often more in tune with God's will than you might realize. When you wake up with an idea that fits perfectly with something you've been thinking about or a problem you've been trying to solve, it's not by chance. It's not just your mind making random connections. It's God speaking to your heart, opening your eyes to the path that has already been laid before you. Think about the times when a solution to a long-standing problem seemed to appear out of nowhere. The answer wasn't the result of something you did on your own or figured out through sheer willpower. No, it was something that came to you, like a whisper, something that felt right in your spirit, even though you may not have been sure how to explain it. That's the voice of God, guiding you through your thoughts and ideas, shaping your purpose. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." God's plan for your life is always moving, even when you can't see it. When you feel lost or uncertain, He aligns the thoughts in your mind to lead you back to where you need to be. It's not that you've figured it all out on your own. It's that you've learned to trust God's guidance, even in the quiet moments of reflection, and to let those ideas flow freely, without resistance. There's a deep connection between your thoughts and your purpose that goes beyond logic or reason. Sometimes the things you wake up thinking about are clues to the next step God is calling you to take. You may be wondering how this is possible, how an idea that seems so simple or unimportant could be tied to something so much greater. The truth is that God doesn't always reveal the entire picture all at once. Instead, He gives you pieces, little by little, and as you trust Him, those pieces begin to fall into place. The ideas that come to you in the morning aren't just random bits of information. They are pieces of divine insight, perfectly placed in your mind, ready to guide you toward your purpose. When you trust God with all your heart, when you let go of your need to understand everything before taking a step, you begin to see how all these little moments of clarity, these random ideas, are part of a greater plan. You might wake up thinking about a career change, an opportunity you've been too scared to pursue, or a relationship that you've been avoiding. Whatever the idea is, it has a purpose. If it aligns with your heart's desires, it's likely God's way of telling you that it's time to act. Sometimes the idea is so simple that it feels almost too easy to be true. But when you really reflect on it, you realize that it's been the answer you've been seeking all along. The idea to finally take that leap of faith, to make that change you've been putting off, to embrace the calling that's been on your life for so long. It's all part of God's plan. He's been preparing you for this moment, even when you didn't realize it. The morning thoughts you wake up with are not coincidences. They are pieces of your purpose unfolding right before your eyes.
God has placed everything you need within you, and He's using those quiet moments of reflection to awaken your spirit and guide you forward. It's time to trust that those ideas, no matter how random they may seem, are the very things that will lead you to the next step in your journey. Trust that the plans He has for you are good. Trust that the ideas He gives you will lead you to the life He's already prepared for you. You don't have to understand it all right now. All you need to do is listen. Listen to those morning ideas. Trust that they align with your purpose, and take that next step with faith and confidence. When you do, you'll begin to see how all the pieces of your life fit together in a way that only God could orchestrate. As you wake up each day, be open to the thoughts, the ideas, and the inspirations that come to you. They are not random. They are God's whispers, guiding you on your path and revealing your purpose in ways you can't always see in the moment. Trust in them, and trust in the fact that God is leading you exactly where you need to be. His plan for you is unfolding, and every thought you have, every idea that comes to you, is a step closer to fulfilling that plan. Chosen one, those random ideas that you wake up with aren't just thoughts. They're divine sparks, sent to awaken hidden strengths within you that you may not even realize are there. Sometimes, the thoughts that come to you in the early morning feel like flashes of brilliance, a sudden knowing that seems to come from nowhere. But these aren't random or fleeting. They're the beginning of a process that God has already set in motion. He's using these moments to stir something in your spirit, to call you to awaken the strength you've always had within. You may not even recognize it yet, but you've been equipped with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The truth is, God has always been preparing you for this moment. When these ideas pop into your mind, they are not just coincidences. They are part of the divine calling on your life. The strength you need to move forward is already inside you, waiting for you to step into it. Sometimes, it takes these sudden flashes of inspiration to push you to realize that you are capable of more than you've allowed yourself to believe. These ideas aren't just nudges. They're invitations from God, calling you to step into your full potential. It's easy to doubt yourself, especially when the path forward seems uncertain, or when those ideas feel too big to act on. But that's where the power lies. When you step into that discomfort, when you embrace the fear and move through it, you unlock a strength that has been waiting to be awakened. It's not that you're suddenly becoming stronger, chosen one. You're realizing the strength that's been inside you all along. The idea that came to you this morning, that's not just an idea. It's a call to activate the power that God has placed in you. You've been prepared for this moment. You've been equipped to take this step. God doesn't give you these ideas and leave you to figure it out on your own. He's giving you the push you need to awaken the hidden strength inside of you, to rise up and face what's ahead.
It may feel uncomfortable, and it may feel like you're stepping into the unknown, but the truth is that this is where growth happens. When you embrace the divine push, when you say yes to that inspiration that comes to you, you're stepping into a new level of spiritual strength. And it's not just physical strength or mental endurance. It's a deep spiritual strength that can only come from God. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." That spirit of power, that's what's being awakened in you. It's the power to step out in faith, the power to act on the ideas God is giving you, the power to trust that He is with you every step of the way. When you begin to act on those ideas, when you start putting them into action, you'll see that your strength grows. It's in the stepping out that you find out how much you can handle. It's in the moving forward that you discover how much power you have. And this is exactly what God wants for you. He's not just giving you the ideas to see if you'll act on them. He's giving you those ideas to reveal to you how much strength you've always had, how much courage, how much resilience. This is the divine push. God isn't just sitting back and watching to see if you'll take the first step. He's there with you, urging you forward, pushing you gently into the next phase of your journey. But He's also giving you the strength to take that step. It's time to recognize that you're not weak. You're not unprepared. You're not the person who's been left behind or forgotten. You are the chosen one. You have everything you need to move forward, and it's time to step into that strength. The random thoughts, the sudden ideas, they're the key to unlocking it. And the more you act on them, the more you will see your strength grow. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the realization of who you are in God. You're not waiting for strength to show up from some external source. You're discovering it within yourself as you move forward in obedience. The strength you've been searching for is not somewhere else. It's already inside you. You have the power to take action, the courage to face the challenges ahead, and the love to guide you through it all. Don't let fear hold you back, chosen one. Fear will try to tell you that you're not ready, that you can't do it, that you don't have what it takes. But that's not the truth. The truth is that you've been prepared for this moment. The truth is that God has already equipped you with the strength you need. And now, He's calling you to use it. When you step into that strength, you're not just taking action for yourself. You're walking in your divine purpose. The ideas you wake up with aren't just random. They are the roadmap to your destiny. They are guiding you toward the life you were meant to live. And every time you step into that strength, you're one step closer to the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. So when those random thoughts come to you, don't dismiss them. Don't second-guess them. Act on them. Trust that they are God's way of awakening something powerful within you. The strength to move forward, the courage to take the next step, the wisdom to know what to do. It's all within you, waiting for you to step into it. And as you do, you'll find that you're not just walking into your destiny, you're walking in the fullness of who God has called you to be. You are the chosen one. You are equipped. You are prepared. And you have everything you need to move forward. Trust that the ideas, the inspiration, and the strength you need are already within you. Step out, chosen one. It's time to awaken the power that's been waiting to rise in you. Chosen one. The ideas you wake up with are not always clear at first. They can feel uncertain, like a flicker of something greater, but you can't yet see the full picture. The path ahead seems foggy, and you're not sure which direction to take. It's in these moments of uncertainty that your faith is tested the most. God calls you to trust Him, even when you can't see the whole picture, when the ideas seem too big or too vague. This is where the real test lies. Will you trust God's direction, even when it feels like you're stepping into the unknown? Will you follow His lead when you can't yet see the destination? Faith isn't always about seeing the full plan. It's about trusting God, even when you only have a glimpse of what's ahead. We often want clear, step-by-step directions. We want to know where we're going and how we'll get there before we take the first step. But faith doesn't work that way. Faith is about stepping out when you can't see the whole path, trusting that God will reveal it to you as you go. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith requires action, even when the road ahead isn't fully visible. When you wake up with an idea that feels uncertain, when you're unsure about the next step, that's where your faith comes in. You don't need all the answers. You just need to trust that God is guiding you. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to take the first step, trusting that God will show you the next one. The uncertainty you're feeling is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you're about to enter into a deeper level of faith. God isn't always going to reveal the whole map to you. Sometimes, He gives you just enough light to take the next step, and that's where trust becomes crucial. God is asking you to step out in faith, to trust that He's leading you, even when the way forward isn't clear. It's easy to second-guess yourself when you don't have a clear picture of what's coming. It's easy to feel like you're not equipped or prepared. But God doesn't call you to know everything ahead of time. He calls you to trust. He calls you to step forward with the assurance that He is guiding every move. And when you take that step, you'll begin to see how He's been preparing you all along. Every moment of doubt, every thought of uncertainty is an opportunity for you to lean into your faith and trust that God will provide. The path may seem hidden, but you're not walking alone. God is with you every step of the way. And as you step out in faith, you'll see how He begins to reveal more of the path ahead. You'll start to see how each piece of the puzzle fits together, how each step you take leads you closer to your purpose. It may not come all at once, and you might not have all the answers right now, but that's okay. Trust that God has a plan, and He's revealing it to you in His timing. You don't need to rush. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. What you need is to trust that God has already laid the path before you, and He will guide you step by step. It's in these moments of uncertainty that God is building your trust, teaching you to lean not on your own understanding but on His. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." The key here is trust. When you surrender your own understanding and submit to God's will, He will make your path clear. Your role is not to figure it all out in advance, but to trust that God will guide you with each step you take. As you walk by faith, you'll see how God begins to reveal more of the path ahead, bit by bit. Don't be discouraged by the uncertainty. Don't be afraid to step out even when the way seems unclear. The fact that you don't have all the answers doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means that you're trusting God more deeply, stepping into the unknown with faith that He will reveal the next steps when the time is right. Faith is a journey, not a destination. It's about trusting in the process, even when you can't see the end. And as you take each step, you'll see how God is shaping your path, how He's guiding you toward your purpose, one step at a time. The beauty of walking by faith is that you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan or a clear picture of what's ahead. You just need to trust God and keep moving forward, one step at a time. God will reveal the way to you, but only as you move forward in faith. You may not always understand why things are happening the way they are, or why certain ideas are coming to you at specific moments. But trust that God knows the bigger picture. Trust that He has a plan for your life, and that plan will unfold in His perfect timing. So, chosen one, when you wake up with an idea that seems unclear, when the path ahead feels uncertain, don't be afraid to step forward in faith. Trust that God is with you, guiding you every step of the way. The road ahead may not always be visible, but as you walk by faith, God will make your path straight. He is leading you, step by step, toward the life He has planned for you. All you have to do is trust. Chosen one, it's one thing to receive divine inspiration, to wake up with an idea that feels bigger than yourself, but it's another thing entirely to bring that idea to life. God doesn't just give us the thoughts and inspiration. He calls us to take action, to move beyond just the thoughts, and to manifest them in the world. These ideas aren't just to be kept in our minds. They are to be lived out, to be turned into real action. Faith without works is dead, and while God will reveal your purpose, He also expects you to step forward and make it a reality. The divine inspiration you wake up with is the first step in a journey that requires you to put those thoughts into motion, to transform them from dreams into tangible actions that will bring glory to His name. When you have an idea that aligns with God's will, it's not enough to just acknowledge it. You have to act on it. This is where many people get stuck. They're given inspiration. They feel the stirring in their hearts, but they hesitate. They wonder if they're really capable, if they have what it takes to see it through. The truth is, you do. You are more than capable. God has already equipped you with everything you need to make that idea a reality. It might seem impossible. It might seem like a huge leap. But God never calls you to do anything that He hasn't already prepared you for. He gives you the vision, and He gives you the strength to bring it to life. You may feel doubt creeping in. After all, it's a big step, and you don't know exactly how it will turn out. But here's the thing. You don't need to know all the steps right now. You don't have to see the entire road ahead. What you need to do is take the first step. Once you begin moving in the direction of God's calling, He will reveal more of the path. James 2:17 says, "Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." You can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't take action, that faith means nothing. Action is the bridge between your dreams and reality. It's the manifestation of God's plan in your life. You don't need to see everything clearly to take that first step. It's in the process of stepping out in faith that you'll begin to see how everything unfolds. The more you move, the more God will guide your steps. The more you act on the inspiration He's given you, the more you'll see His hand at work. You might be thinking, what if I fail? What if things don't go according to plan? Those thoughts are natural, but they don't define your journey. The truth is, even in failure, there is growth. Even when things don't go as expected, God is still working in you, shaping you, and refining you for the purpose He has set before you. The key is to keep moving, to not let fear or doubt keep you stuck. God's calling on your life is bigger than any setback. It's bigger than any fear or failure. When you trust in Him and take action, you align yourself with His plan, and no setback can stop you. Now, action isn't just about making any move. It's about aligning your actions with God's will. It's about discerning which ideas are truly from God and which are distractions. Not every thought that comes to you is meant to be acted upon. Some ideas are simply distractions, and some are meant to lead you down paths that ultimately won't serve your purpose. The key to discerning God's will is prayer, reflection, and seeking guidance. As you pray and listen for God's voice, you'll begin to understand which ideas are His and which ones you need to let go of. It's easy to get caught up in excitement and move forward on impulse, but when you take the time to align your actions with God's will, you'll see that everything you do will be purposeful and fruitful. When you're walking in God's direction, your actions are infused with His power, and that's where the breakthrough happens. It's not about doing everything on your own. It's about partnering with God, letting Him lead the way, and trusting that He will provide everything you need. The manifestation of your ideas doesn't just happen through hard work or perseverance alone. It happens through your partnership with God. He's the one who will equip you, empower you, and open doors that you never thought possible. But you have to be willing to take that first step, to move forward in faith. You'll find that as you do, you're not walking alone. God will be with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and leading you toward the manifestation of His plan for your life. The power of turning ideas into action is that it opens the door to the fulfillment of your purpose. It's not just about having a great idea. It's about trusting that God has given you that idea for a reason and stepping out to see it through. God has a purpose for you, and He's revealing it to you through these random ideas. These are not just dreams, not just fleeting thoughts. They are part of your destiny, and it's time to bring them to life. You are the vessel through which God's plan will unfold, and every action you take brings you closer to the manifestation of His purpose in your life. As you move forward, stay faithful to the vision He has given you. Don't look back. Don't second-guess yourself. Keep moving in faith, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. The ideas He's given you are not just for you. They are for His glory. And as you step out in faith, He will use them to transform your life and the lives of others. So take that first step, chosen one. It's time to manifest your divine calling, and the world is waiting for you to shine. Chosen one. Now that you've recognized the divine inspiration that's been stirring within you, it's time to take that final step. The ideas, the thoughts, the quiet whispers that have been coming to you, they are not just coincidences. They are divine gifts, carefully placed in your heart and mind by God to lead you to something greater. The journey ahead is not without challenges, but rest assured, you've already been equipped with everything you need to walk this path with confidence and faith. As you reflect on the moments when inspiration came to you, remember that they were not fleeting distractions. They were invitations. Invitations to embrace your divine purpose, to trust that God is working in your life, and to move forward boldly in the direction He's set for you. It's time to act. It's time to trust in what God has placed within you. The world may not fully understand the path you're taking, but that's okay. Your journey is not theirs to comprehend, it's yours to walk. With each step you take, you will see the pieces of your purpose fall into place, and you'll begin to understand why you were called at this very moment. Your faith, your trust, and your action are the keys to unlocking everything God has destined for you. The divine plan is unfolding, and you are an essential part of it. You are not walking this path alone. God is with you every step of the way. So, as you move forward, embrace your calling with boldness and confidence. Take those ideas, those divine whispers, and turn them into actions. The time is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. Act with faith and trust that God will guide you. The world is waiting for the light you are about to shine. Keep walking in faith. Keep
Keep listening to the inspiration he gives you and watch as your purpose comes to life in ways you've never imagined. Step forward, chosen one, for your time is now.